So here's the thing, Jake Paul. But what we can do, you can get in your fancy plane, you can fly your ass to Vegas, and we could have a little powwow. Because you know as well as I know what happens to that. I'll do it for free. I don't need a check. I don't need to live stream it. I will do it for free, sir. So if that is something you want to show everybody how big and hard that dick is, let me know when.
So this all started a couple days ago where Sean Strickland and Sneako sparred, and Sneako had the living daylights beat out of him by an ex-UFC champion by the name of Sean Strickland. From that one event of Sneako getting the living crap beat out of him, all of these things spiraled and started to happen. Sean's beef with Jake Paul, MGK, Megan Fox and Bryce Hall, and every single influencer that exists on planet Earth besides Nina. The beef with Jake Paul and Bryce Hall started after they saw the clip of Sneako getting fucked up. Bryce Hall commented on it while he was with Sneako on Sneako's stream, and this is what he said.
Actually seeing like that shit made me mad. That's what I thought he was gonna do. And dude, I want to see like, he's known for being a hard sparrer. Him doing that, champion. I would love to just do that to kind of show him. I know this is crazy to say, but if me and him box, it'll be different. You think so? Yes. I can actually put like a shit ton of money on it. I don't care. It would be very, very close. Oh, it was fucking scummy, man. This influencer's down to spar Sean Strickland. And I'm only 180 pounds, Sean Strickland. I'm down for it. He can go as hard as he wants.
So Bryce saying all of this stuff, thinking he can do some bits against Sean Strickland in a boxing sparring match. Obviously, Bryce saying that struck a nerve with Sean. But you know what strikes my nerves is the fact that you are not subscribed yet and you haven't liked the video. So please, 98% of my viewers are not subscribed, which is crazy. Please hit that like button if you're enjoying the video and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And I think it got even worse when Bryce started tweeting at Sean, asking for the spar. And in classic Sean Strickland fashion, he replied to Bryce saying, "You all want to see a dead body? God, this is the only thing I've ever wanted. Please, please, I never ask you for anything. Please," with 3 exclamation marks. The death threats are not something new from Sean Strickland. He's always threatening to murder, kill, and absolutely annihilate influencers on almost a daily basis at this point. So like I said, this is classic Sean. And Bryce replying, "You know I'm down, Shawnee boy," is definitely not going to make it better for him when he's actually in that octagon or ring with Sean Strickland. It's just going to make him more mad. So Sean proceeded to DM Bryce Hall and try and set up this spar. And he posted the screenshots and said this: "I'm so sick of these fucks. Didn't know this man existed till the other night. Please, Jesus, give me the strength not to catch a case if I ever see this maggot of a man in person. Bryce Hall." This is a completely warranted response from Sean due to Bryce taunting him, knowing who he is. And then Bryce said, "Sean CTE Strickland is mad that I haven't sparred him in boxing yet. To be honest, yes, you would hurt me if we were doing MMA, which we're not. But if we're using our hands, there's nothing that's impressive about you. I'm all in." And then Bryce proceeds to disrespect the man's boxing skills, which are really insane. I'm like, you can't downplay Sean Strickland's boxing. It's the main point of Sean as a fighter in MMA. Like, everyone knows Sean's insanely skilled at boxing. That's what makes him such a good fighter. Bryce Hall also posted the screenshot, which led Sean to DM Bryce saying, "Hey, you fucking coward, don't post my screenshot and say you're down and not message me back, you fucking worm. You're just another lying POS influencer. There's not 1 ounce of fucking man in you." And this continues. Sean Strickland tweeted out yesterday, "His manager called my people," referring to Bryce, "to set up some sparring and be civil about it. You don't get that privilege. It's in my gym with my people. And I'll tell you when you're fucking done. No time limit, no 10 count, no tap out. I'll tell you when you're done, pussy." Sean really wants to like murk this man and catch a case, because like this is sounding on something. Yeah, but I mean, this is what you get. This is what you get with Sean if you're an influencer. Like, he's made it very clear at this point. Then Bryce came back saying, Obviously, I'm not going to talk to a psychopath directly to set up sparring for content that would go nowhere. Let the people with brains do the talking. We gave you an opportunity to make some money off it, dippy. So Bryce Hall wants a sanctioned, regular spar. He wants just a normal, nice boxing spar with Sean, see what Sean can do. But you know, that's not what you're going to get when you're an influencer that has no respect from Sean. I mean, we know how Sean Strickland feels on these influencers. I'll just show you guys what he said in his new video.
Nuts. Can't stand them, hate them all. But these people, man, they're not like us, you guys. They're not like us. They market to children. And this is the phenomenon that I'm realizing about influencers. Because I've always wondered, like, how do these people, they're stupid. They act stupid, they dress stupid. They're not funny. They don't say funny things.
Can I get a chew, papi muñeño?
I don't know who the fuck you are, but in a different setting, I might hit you.
They're just very strange, you guys. You guys, influencers are leeches. These influencers, there is no substance. There is no mountain. They care about nothing. There's nobody they love. There's nobody they don't care about this country. They don't care about the flag. They don't care about patriotism. You know, they'll go to a Trump rally just for likes and say I'm a part of Trump. They don't care about America. They don't care about freedom. They're just there to use and suck off of people. And it drives me absolutely nuts. So when these influencers now, they see me and they see my name, and they go come on my stream, it doesn't surprise me one bit. You guys are leeches. You have no morals. You have no mountain. You have no hill to die on.
He has not an ounce of respect for influencers. He only has respect for normal people. He says these influencers act like they're above regular people because of their followings and all this type of stuff, which I honestly wouldn't know personally, because Sean in his video explained that you would have to hang around these people to know what they actually like to hang around. I'm not doubting what he's saying at all, because it does kind of make sense to a degree, but not everyone in the influencer industry are like that. There's some really, really nice guys that are influencers. Like Steve will do it. He's one of them that are just so good-hearted and such a nice guy. Mr. Beast is also an influencer and he's a really nice guy. So not all of them are like that, but Sean has his opinion, and I respect it. After that, Sean just proceeded to make more death threats to Bryce Hall, tweeting, "Can I kill Bryce Hall in Texas? Mutual combat and stand your ground state. There you go." And he tweeted at Jake Paul, because we all know he wants to murder Jake Paul as well. Also, "Can you bring the million or more? You won't be needing it after. Laugh my ass off, fuck, I wish." So Sean really wants to murder both of these guys. I honestly don't know if it would be a walk in the park if Sean and Jake sparred, but I definitely think Sean's more skilled and would probably beat him. With Bryce Hall, Sean's probably going to just break him down. Not what he did to Sneako, but maybe just a bit. Just a level above, because Bryce Hall can actually box a bit and he's a tough guy. He fought in bare knuckle. Either way, it doesn't look like any of these sparring matches are going to happen. It doesn't look like the Jake Paul fight is also a possibility, with Sean saying this about Jake Paul in his new video.
And I actually talked to Hunter. And I was like, "Hunter, I will fight this man. You let Conor McGregor fight Mayweather. This is an easier fight, easier money. Can I do that?" And then Hunter explained to me. Hunter is like the left hand or right hand of Dana. They're equal. I don't know what they would be, but they're damn close. And Hunter explained to me that he sells no fights. That when they have fights, they give away tickets. That he doesn't make money. That his target audience is children. They don't buy pay-per-views. So a little depressing, because I thought to myself, you know what? I'll take a payday beating up this man. That sounds easy enough. But sadly, Jake Paul is an influencer. He sells to children. Children don't buy pay-per-view. So I don't know, man. Get some adults to follow you, and then we will fight.
I mean, obviously Hunter and Dana do not mess with Jake Paul at all, and they are not fans of him, because Jake is basically trying to affect their business model and their money by trying to get the fighters, UFC fighters, paid more. So Dana really ain't a fan of Jake. I think we all know this. But to say that Jake Paul isn't a pay-per-view star is just not true and not factual. Jake Paul's pay-per-view numbers. Jake is no matter who Jake is going to fight, he's still selling out arenas. He's still pulling numbers. So that's kind of, it doesn't make sense to say. I do think that the UFC definitely doesn't want their number one contender or ex-champion Sean Strickland fighting Jake in a boxing match. And then possibly, not to say that this would happen, but possibly if Sean gets his ass handed to him by Jake, because we really don't know at this point with Jake in a boxing match where it could go against these MMA fighters. If Sean gets knocked out by Jake Paul, just say if this does happen, then it's going to look really, really bad for the UFC if a UFC champion can get knocked out by Jake Paul. The UFC doesn't want that. So that's why they're going to lie to Sean and say, look, Jake is in a pay-per-view draw, which is absolutely just not true. I think anyone who can take one Google search to look at the numbers that Jake Paul's in terms of pay-per-view, he's probably bigger than 80% of the pay-per-view stars in the UFC at the moment. We all know that Jake Paul offered to fly out Sean Strickland like he has many other fighters to Puerto Rico to spar him and give him $1 million if he wins. First of all, how would you even win a spar? Because that is kind of weird. Like, are you going to get judges there? Are you going to get like people to count the strikes, to count the rounds? How do you win a spar necessarily if no one's getting knocked out? But continuing with this, Jake tweeted at Sean, I hate bullies. I was bullied and then the bully sometimes in my YouTuber days. But now all my energy is focused on boxing bullies and helping the youth. But when I see someone like Strickland constantly bullying people, it's time to bully back. I wouldn't necessarily call it bullying. I mean, if Strickland and Sneako both agreed to go in the octagon and fight, and recently I found out that Sneako claims that he knew exactly what he was getting into with the Sean spar. There's just two men consenting to something. It's not really bullying. Sean did abuse power. I think that's definitely a fact, and he did go a bit too far in my opinion. Many people seem to disagree with me in my last video that I made on this in the comments. I got a lot of people defending Sean, explaining that Sneako knew what he was getting into, and I understand that perspective. In my opinion, I just think Sean didn't have to take it that far, but he did, and it's happened, and it's okay, and Sneako's fine, so it's not really a big deal at the end of the day. Here's where Jake gets Jake Pauly on us and starts tweeting, thanks for admitting I would make easy work of you in the boxing ring and ducking the offer just like Paddy. Now I will let you continue your meltdown. I don't know when Sean ducked sparring Jake. I don't know when Sean turned this down. In fact, I think Sean said, let's do the spar. I think he wanted to do it in America, and then Jake Paul tweeted, constantly talking about killing people, calling them scumbags or wishing them to die because they don't agree with your opinion reeks of insecurity, not of being confident man. Be better, buddy. Promoting his gambling service again. God damn it, Jake Paul. Jake needs to stop with the lies. Jake needs to, come on Jake, like grow up a little bit, bro. It's time to just tell the truth sometimes. I know Jake doesn't always lie, and I like Jake Paul at certain times, but in this case he's just kind of making up stuff about Strickland, trying to make it seem like Sean's scared of him when that's probably the furthest thing from the truth. Moving on to Sean Strickland versus MGK, a phrase I never thought I would ever have to say in my entire life. Sean met MGK at the Power Slap event a couple hours after beat Sneako. And when he met Sean, MGK came up to him. I don't know what MGK said. I think the way he was dressed and the way he looked at Sean, this is what Sean said. I'll just play you guys exactly what Sean said.
He looked at me and like he didn't laugh, he didn't giggle, but he looked at me like why is this guy like with no respect talking to me like this? He looked at me like I was less than human. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna humble you right now.
Yup, the way MGK looked at Sean like he was less than him made Sean pissed and want to sway him. So Sean got to violating him. I still can't believe this happened. It's hella funny. And Sean roasting MGK is also funny as well. Because MGK does kind of just act so goofy. Like, I'm not gonna lie. What are you doing just like you deserve to be in like a award? Like, what are you actually doing, bro? And then Sean gets on Megan Fox's ass and starts flaming her. Sean just is ruthless and does not care about the Hollywood establishment. He does not care about who you are, what actor you are. He's gonna violate you regardless. So that's one thing that I'm sure we all love and appreciate about Sean, is how raw and how doesn't give a fuck. Like, nobody else is like this. Nobody else will do the things that Sean does. I mean, even Dana was saying this about Sean.
Sean Strickland tweeted that there may have been something between him and Machine Gun Kelly. Can you talk to me about what happened there?
You can't bring Sean Strickland around any other human beings. It's like, you know what I mean? It has nothing to do with Machine Gun Kelly. It's about humans.
It's honestly hilarious, and this entire week has honestly been funny as hell to see Sean interact with all these different people, and Sean versus the influencers is finally coming to an end. We'll see what happens between him and Bryce if they actually end up sparring. I doubt the Jake Paul spar is gonna happen. So yeah, that's that. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Any little bit of support and help I can get means a lot. I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the next month, so let's go for that.